David Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News.
Coverage you can count on Channel 11 News.
Channel 11 News. Coverage of America on Alert continues.
Good evening. Here are the latest details as America remains on alert and tries to battle terrorism.
Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld is dismissing claims by Afghanistan's Taliban that it doesn't know where Osama bin Laden is. We can also tell you the Taliban made that claim earlier today. Rumsfeld also acknowledged the U.S. did lose track of a reconnaissance aircraft, but disputes Taliban claims that Afghanistan shot it down. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Colin Powell promised the U.S. will soon lay out its case against bin Laden. Meanwhile, at the World Trade Center, more than 6,300 people remain missing. 252 people are confirmed dead.
At Yankee Stadium today, nearly 60,000 people gathered to pray for the missing and the dead.
And at Camp David, President Bush presided over a ceremony where Marines raised the flag to full staff.
And more troops prepare to serve their country as the massive buildup continues. The 121st Air Refueling Wing of the Ohio National Guard has been activated. The group is based out of Columbus.
And those reservists aren't the only ones getting the call. Yesterday, the military called up 3,000 Air National Guard members and more than 2,000 Air Force reservists. That means 10,000 reservists have been called up so far. In all, the Pentagon plans to call up between 35 and 50,000 military personnel. The military isn't saying exactly where those reservists will go, but we do know the U.S. is building up troops from all branches of the military overseas. And now the parents of some of those servicemen and women are worried about their safety. Channel 11's Reg Chapman has perspective from one family. Reg?
Well, Keith, James Lotz is the third-generation serviceman in his family. The Air Force Tech Sergeant has served overseas before, but this new type of war targeting unknown enemies has his family concerned, but not enough to give up their faith they have in God and the U.S. military.
He's standing out there at the breach, and he's helping to take care of all of us.
Air Force Tech Sergeant James Lotz is the pride and joy of his father, former Army Green Beret John Lotz. Lotz shares pictures of the 19-year Air Force veteran taking during his most recent tour of duty to Bosnia. Lotz says his son has seen combat before, but a war against terrorism is different, therefore causing concern for his son's safety.
You have to temper it with the constant understanding that our military knows what they're doing. And you also have to understand that no matter how well prepared you are, something can always go wrong.
Lotz says his son flies an F-16 Falcons. Because he is an aerial combat photojournalist, his job takes him right into hot spots. Tech Sergeant Lotz served in Turkey during Desert Storm, and he also completed a tour of duty in Haiti. But his father is most proud of his son's commitment to freedom and the fight against terrorism.
And he's a man. He's out there. He's doing what is important to him as well as the country. And I just feel really proud of him.
For now, Tech Sergeant Lotz's role in Operation Infinite Justice is unknown. His father, a Vietnam War veteran, says he wishes he could help defend freedom again. But he adds he and all of us can help in a very special way.
That's the way I combat terror, and everybody should.
Now, Lotz is a 1981 graduate of Oliver High School. He is married with 2 children ages 10 and 12 years old. Currently, he is awaiting orders at Charleston Air Force Base in South Carolina. Reporting live, I'm Reg Chapman, Channel 11 News.
Thanks, Reg. Now, if you know someone or has a loved one serving in the war on terrorism or who is a reservist waiting for the call to duty, we'd like to hear from you. Contact Channel 11's Military Families Hotline. You can reach us at 412-237-1299 or by fax at 412-237-4900. You can also email us at our website, WPXI.com. And Channel 11 is also putting together a military family album. It's a tribute to the men and women serving America in this time of crisis. We'd like you to send a picture to 11 Television Hill, Pittsburgh 15214-1400. You can also email us the picture by logging onto our website, WPXI.com. Make sure you give us a return address so that we can send that picture back.
Secretary of State Colin Powell says he is, quote, absolutely convinced the terrorist group headed by Osama bin Laden was behind the attacks on September 11th. On today's Meet the Press, Powell stated the whole world needs to go after bin Laden's terrorist group, Al-Qaeda.
Even if we were to get Osama bin Laden tomorrow, he showed up, turned over to us, that would be good, but it would not be the end. his lieutenants we have to get. It's the whole network that has to be ripped up.
Powell also commended Congress for how it reacted to the nation's situation. He added it is wonderful to see the nation pull together.
A Lawrence County man will appear before a federal grand jury on Wednesday. Dr. Bassam Hussein, a radiologist, says he was unfairly targeted by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Pittsburgh. He was questioned in the days following the terrorist attacks. The FBI searched Hussein's Newcastle home and later tracked him down in New Mexico. The U.S. Attorney's Office would not comment.
Well, if America comes under attack, would Pittsburgh and Allegheny County be ready? This was the scene in downtown Pittsburgh on September 11th. Shortly after getting word the World Trade Center and Pentagon were attacked, workers poured into the streets and many left the city. Channel 11's Dee Thompson spoke with city leaders about plans to make sure the city stays safe if the county is attacked again.
With the threat of terrorist attacks, city officials here in Pittsburgh and county and federal officials have increased security at places like the Federal Building.
The Federal Building wasn't a target of United Flight 93, but the plane that crashed in Somerset County flew south of the city on September 11th, and there was talk of possible evacuation.
From the FBI to the CIA to certainly ourselves expected this kind of action. And so it means to go back, to learn from what happened, and to go back and prepare ourselves better.
Now there are U.S. Marshals in the Federal Building guarding two entrances, putting people through metal detectors and x-raying bags. Mayor Murphy, who has a personal armed bodyguard, says there will soon be metal detectors in many city buildings on Grant Street. The Port Authority has 39 police and 20 security officers watching buses and key arteries in and out of the city. There's also heightened security at the Greyhound station here and 109 terminals nationwide. County Executive Jim Roddy says we need more protection.
Security downtown needs to be improved, and the mayor and I will take the lead on getting corporate community together, the business community, and ensure that we have a plan.
We'll be meeting over the next couple weeks to sort of go through a second-by-second chronology of events and how we might improve our response.
County officials like Emergency Management Director Bob Pohl says he also has an evacuation plan and escape routes in case we underwent an attack. From downtown, Dee Thompson, Channel 11 News.
The Western Pennsylvania Division of the Salvation Army is sending local members to aid relief efforts in New York. The group of men and women left at 2:30 today and will return home September the 27th. No civilian volunteers are being accepted through the Salvation Army. That's because the officers are ordained ministers and have been sent to counsel and offer ministry services. More than 6,000 people are missing in the rubble of the World Trade Center.
U.S. Airways Flight Attendants Union says the airline will lay off about 800 Pittsburgh area flight attendants starting in November. Late last week, the company and the pilots union announced 337 pilots based in Pittsburgh will also lose their jobs. County Executive Jim Roddy feels the $15 billion bailout approved by Congress and signed by President Bush this weekend will alleviate some of that blow.
It's back and forth between the airline officials and our congressional delegation, and they passed an immediate $5 billion aid package plus a loan guarantee package of about $10 billion. So hopefully that will be enough to keep them on a steady course.
U.S. Airways also announced it will retire more than 100 older planes between November and April. Meanwhile, Beaver County College is helping out U.S. Airways employees. Here are more details on how they're doing that. On Friday, Geneva College in Beaver County announced a 40% tuition discount to local U.S. Airways employees who are laid off. Now the discount extends to spouses and children. The tuition break begins in January and covers current and incoming students.
In response to the terrorist attacks, the United Jewish Federation held a unity gathering in Squirrel Hill today.
1,500 people, including city and county leaders, turned out to honor the victims of the September 11th attacks and their families. Almost every organization in the Jewish community participated, as did representatives from the Catholic diocese and other religions.
In New York, thousands of people crowded into Yankee Stadium for a tribute to the victims of the World Trade Center attack. During the ceremony, different religious groups were recognized through chants and songs. Moving speeches were given by New York's Mayor Rudy Giuliani and Governor George Pataki. Actor James Earl Jones and talk show host Oprah Winfrey hosted that event.
Meanwhile, Steelers fans came to Heinz Field today to watch, well, not the Steelers, but other teams. Fans were able to watch two different games on the Jumbotron. The cost to football fans, a simple donation to the United Way September 11th Fund. And one lucky person who contributed was also chosen to be the honorary captain for the home opener on October 7th.
Count on Channel 11 News to bring you complete coverage as America remains on alert. For coverage 24 hours a day, log on to our website, WPXI.com. We have a developing story out of Fayette County right now. Rescue crews are on the scene of an ultralight plane crash at the Connellsville Airport in Dunbar Township. The accident happened around 5:50 this afternoon. We'll have more details tonight on 11 at 11.
And new at 6 tonight, a Beaver County man is behind bars accused of shooting his stepson. 24-year-old John Roby is charged with attempted murder in connection with the Friday shooting of his 17-year-old stepson. Police say the teen was shot when he tried to stop Roby from drinking and driving. The boy was treated and released from an area hospital. Meanwhile, another person died of a fatal accident in Carrick. The accident happened on September 15th on Maytide Street. The car's driver, Samantha Musico, died at the scene. A passenger, John Tuckey, died yesterday at an area hospital.
Attorneys in the murder case of Joseph Cornelius will try to select the rest of the jurors for his trial tomorrow. 8 men and 4 women have been chosen so far, but 4 alternates are still needed. If they are chosen tomorrow, the trial could start on Tuesday. Cornelius is charged with murdering 11-year-old Scott Drake on the north side last year. And the trial for 2 former Pennsylvania residents accused of killing a man in Las Vegas is scheduled to begin tomorrow. Paulette Perry and Kenneth Grant, originally from Westmoreland County, are accused of stabbing the man in April. Police say Perry lured the victim to a hotel room, robbed, then killed him. A Delta Airlines flight was cut short last night when engine problems forced the plane to return to the airport. One of the 2 engines on Delta Flight 48, a Boeing 767, shorted out. The flight originated at the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Airport and had 175 passengers. It was heading to Frankfurt, Germany. The plane landed safely. Police in the North Hills could soon have a new tool to help them fight crime. More local coverage is coming up next. And the city of Pittsburgh wants people in neighborhoods to clean up the streets, while people there say the city needs to take its own advice. Julia Roberts digs into her own pockets to help the victims of the terrorist attacks. The details are just ahead.
Count on important medical news from Channel 11 News. Coverage you can count on.
If watching the same old thing on TV leaves you begging for more, it's time you took a closer look at the power of AT&T cable. Unleash an extraordinary world of non-stop entertainment with AT&T cable and enjoy the hottest movies, heart-pounding sports, incredible family programming, up-to-the-minute news, and all your favorite local broadcast stations. Plus, from HBO, award-winning original programming, Hollywood hits, championship sports, and exclusive events like the epic miniseries Band of Brothers. Because right now, when you sign up for AT&T cable, we'll give you all the HBO you can watch until the end of the year at no additional cost. And if you call us toll-free at 1-866-GO-CABLE, we'll also install your service for free. So don't wait any longer to save up to $75 on AT&T cable. Call us toll-free at 1-866-GO-CABLE and turn up the power on your TV.
Call on Meineke for preventive maintenance and see what a change you can make in your car. That includes a regular oil change. Get one right now, and Meineke will throw in free wiper blades.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
There is a part-time job that can help you pay for college. It's called the Air National Guard. Get the money you need to fuel your future. Call 1-800-2GO-ANG.
You're never fully dressed without the right furniture.
Wix Furniture has this incredible selection. It's me. You go find you. It's Wix Furniture's big 36-hour store-wide sale, featuring Wix' fabulous new Lazy Boy collection. Great prices on Lazy Boy sofas, sleepers, recliners, and reclining sofas, ready for immediate delivery. Plus, put no money down with no monthly payments and no finance charges due for 1 year with a Wix charge.
Some people got more style than others.
Terry's Plumbing, for all your plumbing repairs, bathroom remodeling, heating, and air conditioning.
A grant from the state could help communities in the North Hills fight back against crime. The grant would be spent on a new mobile crime scene investigation unit. The unit would be used in 19 North Hills communities. It would allow officers to be able to do on-site blood, fingerprint, and fiber analysis. A similar unit is already in place in the Steel Valley. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh's mayor and police chief want neighborhoods to help fight crime and clean up the streets. But in the Hill District, citizens say the city should take its own advice. This is video from May, a shooting there in the Hill District. Residents say heroin and crack houses owned by the Urban Redevelopment Authority are part of the problem. Residents want the city to condemn and demolish homes owned by absentee landlords. A new study shows families are having a harder time making ends meet. The annual study is called a self-sufficiency standard.
It found that a single parent with 2 young children should earn about $34,000 to maintain a minimum standard of living. The study shows costs are going up faster than wages. The federal poverty limit for an adult with 2 children is about $14,300. The study found that's too low. The new executive director of the NAACP says beefing up volunteerism is one of her main goals. LaBera Brown was appointed executive director of the Pittsburgh chapter in June, and she was honored at a party on Friday night. Brown hopes to use her term to strengthen the organization's impact on civil rights and to prove a city as large as Pittsburgh needs a director. Brown is only the 2nd paid director since the position was reinstated in 1998.
Well, it sounds odd. The Super Bowl in February could happen this year.
Still ahead, more details as the NFL tries to rejuggle its schedule following last week's cancellations.
And now that fall is here, can we expect a cool down? Kevin Benson has your Storm Team 11 forecast just ahead.
Neighborhood WeatherNet is sponsored by your neighborhood Ford dealers.
This fall, turn your house into a home with incredible savings at Kohl's Home Sale. Going on now. Come in and save on bed and bath products. Stock up with big savings on great brands for the kitchen. And put your personal touch on any room with great savings on decorative accents. You'll find more of what your home needs at Kohl's Home Sale. Going on now. Kohl's, that's more like it.
The Civic from Honda.
Hey guys, can you help us? We need directions.
It comes with an extraordinarily well-insulated cabin.
Why is it so hard to meet chicks anyway?
The window!
I do not know.
Amazing, but true.
While supplies last, get special APR financing as low as 3.9% for 36 months on 2001 Civics.
Who are you expecting? Dano?
Log on to BlueEdge.com to sell your home for only 2% commission. Now that's exciting. Blue Edge Realty, a Coldwell Banker company. Pay less, keep more.
Did you know that some carpet cleaners can actually harm your carpet? Stanley Steamer has a 30-day warranty on all workmanship. It's no wonder that the Stanley Steamer system is recommended by many of the largest carpet manufacturers. Stanley Steamer's process helps remove dust, pollen, mites, and other pollutants from your carpet to improve the air quality in your home. Not only will your carpet look better, you'll breathe better too. Since 1947, no one has been more careful and no one gets carpet cleaner.
This is Storm Team 11 weather.
Thanks for watching Channel 11 News tonight. Kevin Benson here live in the Weather Center. Let's get a look right through the tower camera at what turned out to be a very nice day, just as we forecast. Plenty of sunshine. We said that the rain would hold off until after midnight. Now it looks like we're going to push that rain back until probably morning drive tomorrow. But once the rain kicks in, you're going to see some rain and some cooler temperatures. 24-hour forecast now from Channel 11 and Carnegie Science Center. Looks like this. By midnight, the sky should become mostly cloudy. Temperature is going to be about 63 degrees. And then tomorrow early, there'll be some scattered showers crossing the area. Minimum temperature is going to be about 59. In contrast, this morning we dropped to 49, so we'll be milder tomorrow morning. But that's going to be it for the mild stuff. We're going to get noticeably cooler. By noontime, showers and thunderstorms, 63. And then tomorrow, by late afternoon, showers and thunderstorms, and 67. Your 24-hour forecast is followed by the latest conditions at Penn Hills, where you can see the temperature is 74 degrees after a high of 77 and a minimum this morning, kind of cool, 48 degrees there at Forbes Elementary in Penn Hills. International Airport, the temperature is 75 and the dew point is 57. International Airport conditions include a relative humidity of 53%. There's the pressure, 29.99, and falling wind out of the south-southeast at about 7 miles per hour. 75 was our high. Average high is 72. 49 was our minimum, and the average minimum is 51. Sun is going to set at 7:15. Sun coming up tomorrow at 7:10. 75 at Pittsburgh. Latrobe says there's still 81 degrees at this hour. There's Brookville at 70. Franklin 72. Cleveland is 75 degrees. Here you see that clear sky, but clouds advancing in this direction. Here's Channel 11's weather predictor. It'll run through this evening. There's 11:30 tonight. Clouds should still be on the increase. You'll notice clouds increasing the later it gets, and then overnight you're going to see clouds continuing to lower and thicken, and then look at tomorrow morning. Scattered showers early, lunchtime scattered showers, and then tomorrow afternoon the rain is really going to kick in. Some places could end up with an inch or better of rain. Here's the main point to make about the weather this week. This is what everybody will be talking about when the conversation turns to weather. You see that front right there? See that? Out ahead of it. It is mild, nice weather. This is going to set off the showers, and behind this, baby, boy, is it going to turn sharply, sharply cooler. Wait till I show you the 5-day here in a second. Colder weather. It is a hurricane now, Umberto. Sustained wind at 80 miles per hour, moving north at 10. It's 160 miles west of Bermuda. Just take a quick look at Bermuda. Bermuda is right there, that little dot, and you can see how this thing is just starting to curve right around Bermuda. It's just going to skirt the island of Bermuda, and it's going to head back into the Atlantic, which is about the best thing that could happen with Umberto. Your forecast from Storm Team 11 for tonight's mostly cloudy showers developing toward morning and a low of about 51. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, cooler showers and thunderstorms, 67. And if that's not cool enough for you, folks, take a look at this. 58 is the high. Many suburbs won't even get to 58 on Tuesday, and overnight, temperatures probably going to fall into the 30s in some spots. Highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s right on through the week. That's the very latest. Now back to the news desk.
All right, Kevin, thanks very much. Well, during Friday's telethon to raise money for the victims of the September 11th attack, one Academy Award winner made a huge contribution. Julia Roberts donated $2 million to the aid of victims. $1 million will go to each the Red Cross and the September 11th Fund. Roberts lives in New York and says the attacks have deeply impacted her.
Well, NASCAR takes to the track for the first time since the terrorist attacks.
But first, the fans paid tribute to the USA. We'll show you a sea of red, white, and blue coming up.
Storm Team 11 is weather coverage you can count on Channel 11 News.
The American dream. We refuse to let anyone take it away. So GM announces interest-free financing on every new car and every new truck, now through October 31st. Believe in the dream. Believe in each other. Keep America rolling.
Okay, Mr. Manning, your DirecTV system's all hooked up. Suppose you'll be wanting NFL Sunday Ticket.
What? You think all I care about is football?
Well, no.
Hey, I'm into other things. Foreign films, cooking shows.
Right. So you want that football thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 13 regular season games every Sunday, and it's not on cable. Now get our best programming package free for 4 months, plus free installation.
Bruschetta?
Picture this. Ann Smith from Baltimore, driving to see her sister in Texas, where everything's bigger, including the... Now, Ann didn't know about Texas weather, but she did know to call me, her nationwide insurance agent. Because no matter where she may roam, I'm always here to help. You're covered.
Well, yeehaw.
Call someone who cares, a nationwide agent. Nationwide Insurance Financial Services on your side.
Shouldn't you get your own subscription to the Pittsburgh Tribune Review? It's a heavyweight newspaper at a lightweight price. Now you can get 13 weeks of the Trib every day for just $9.99. So get a better read on Pittsburgh at a better price. The Trib, just $9.99. Dog not included.
Today, the NFL said the Super Bowl could be delayed a week and would likely be played in New Orleans.
This is video of this year's Super Bowl in Tampa. The NFL postponed its second week of games after the terrorist attacks. Now, those games are rescheduled during the wild card playoff week. That's in January. Now, Commissioner Paul Tagliabue says the Super Bowl will likely be played at New Orleans even if the date is moved, which is not in concrete yet.
Well, that was the scene in Dover, Delaware this afternoon before the Winston Cup 400 got underway. Fans waved flags and cheered as Lee Greenwood sang this well-known song, Proud to be an American. In the end, Dale Earnhardt Jr. took home the checkered flag.
All right, Bill Phillips here now with football, big football weekend.
Finally some football now. After calling off its Week 2 games due to the tragic events that took place September 11th, the National Football League went back to work today. The fans were ready to enjoy football. They also honored their fellow Americans who were lost and the United States with a show of patriotism patriotism, fans even showed our enemies that the American spirit is alive and well. Now to the games in Jacksonville today. The Jaguars will try and beat Tennessee for just a second time in the team's last 6 meetings. Here, Fred Taylor strains a groin. We all know how painful that can be. Second quarter, his replacement, Stacey Mack. The Mack truck across the 10, down to 5, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. That made it 10-6 after the extra point. Jacksonville goes on to the win, the final 13-6. Baltimore and Cincinnati were playing for first place in the AFC Central. Yes, I did say Cincinnati. The Bengals couldn't make any mistakes if they wanted to win this one. Second quarter, Brian Simmons, a little volleyball action there. He comes up with a spike, but he holds on to it, and that's a big turn away for the Cincinnati defense. We continue on. Corey Dillon, known for his running here on the 1-yard reception, touchdown Cincinnati. Then John Kitna into the end zone for a touchdown. 14-3, and believe it or not, in the fourth quarter, they would cap the deal. Takeo spikes down the sideline, and Elvis isn't fast enough to catch him. That's a touchdown. We go to the scoreboard. Cincinnati by 11 over the Super Bowl champions. In Cleveland, the Browns would host Detroit. Both the Browns and the Lions were looking for their first win of the year. First quarter, Browns, Tim Couch, 4 yards. Kevin Johnson. Everybody's giving out some love today. Hugs on the sideline, and why not? Tim Couch, your second 2-yarder. Second touchdown today, Sean O'Mara with a touchdown catch. 14-0 Browns. Now, when Mark McGwire hit 70 home runs 3 years ago, many believe the new single-season home run mark would stand for the foreseeable future. Barry Bonds apparently wasn't one of the many. We go to San Diego. Barry Bonds. First at-bat of the day. 2 outs, straightaway center field, deep to center field. Big fly ball, 65th of the season. Barry Bonds, second time up. Are you kidding me? Opposite way, Barry Bonds with a home run. Right now, 9-2. That game in the 7th. Bonds now with 66 home runs this year, and he still has better than 10 games to play. Now, last time the Pirates beat the St. Louis Cardinals at home, May 19th of last year. Greg Paquette, great catch at the wall for the Cardinals as he robs Aramis Ramirez of a home run, and then Paquette in the 7th would tie the game at 1. That would tie up the game. But Rob Makoviak, 4th time this year. Home run. Pirates come up with the victory, the final 2-1. Pirates with the win for the first time since last year against St. Louis at home. Robert Allenby beats Rocco Mediate at the Marconi Classic.
All right. Thanks very much, Phil Phillips. Our next full report begins at 10 on the Pittsburgh Cable News Channel.
And we're back here with 11 at 11 on the Night Beat. Have a nice evening.
Coverage you can count on means you get the details that are relevant to your life.
Channel 11 News invites you to attend a special 11 Listens town meeting, America on Alert. That's Monday at 7:30 at the St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Brookline. Channel 11 News will broadcast the meeting live on PCNC as neighbors and community leaders come together to share their thoughts and concerns with a panel of local experts. An 11 Listens town meeting, America on Alert, Monday at 7:30 at the St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Brookline. Broadcast live on PCNC.